What's up everybody, it's Yoko for Yoko Gaming, and if you clicked on this video, then you're here trying to find out the best optic for you and for your class. Don't worry, we got you covered. So strap in and let's get into it. Alright, before we get into the nitty gritty, be sure to like and subscribe and share this video to all your friends. This way you can come back and get all the Call of Duty tips, at least the real tips from the pros from this channel right here. Alright, so the first thing to know is this Call of Duty is crazy with customizations. You guys already know that. I'm not going to go through every single optic and explain the benefits or the downfalls. What I'm going to do is highlight the 5 that are in each class. So the one in thermal, the one in holographic, the one for the variable scopes or the long range sniper scopes, the 3 to 5 range, and then the regular mini reflexes. It should be no surprise that the first one on my list for the mini reflexes is the mini reflex itself. Now this is better than the Viper and the Mono and some of the other ones I like because of the clean bezels on the side, giving it this traditional red dot sight that everybody is familiar with coming back from other Call of Duties. Now if you don't like the GI mini reflex, there is another optic that kind of looks like it and performs in the same way, and that is the operator reflex sight. Now this one's got a little bit more bezels to it, but it pretty much acts the same, and it has relatively no ADS frame disadvantage. Even though it says aim down sight speed, it's virtually impossible to see on 60 frames per second and even higher, so keep that in mind. So for second one, we're going back to our thermal crowd, and in this one we're going with the Solo NVG Enhanced. Now the reason I really like this one over the other one is not because it ADS is faster, although to my opinion it does seem that way. It's virtually small. The default reflex is why I fall in love with this. You have this clean crosshair that you can see, and it's even in some of the more higher legendaries in Warzone that you pick up, like the Company's Might for example, that really gives this optic the way to shine. Now the other reticles, obviously I don't use thermal myself, but the ending one is probably the best. Now comparing this one to say the other one that we have over here, which is the Merc Thermal, does have this circular reticle. Some people have it and they like it, you know, hey, good for you, everyone to each his own, right? But for me personally, this one is less accurate because you have all the other things going on with the reticle. You have the circle, you have the little dot in the middle, and so you're not having a clear picture to look at your target and to hit them meaty headshots. All right, for my family up in the holographic community, we have the PPX sight. This sight's not exactly on every single AR or submachine gun. For example, the Grau doesn't have it, but if you're using any kind of sight besides the 3X or the iron sights on the Grau, you deserve to be shot. Now, I will say straight up, I'm not a big fan of these multifunctional sights. I think they take a lot of time and they can be gimmicky. They just add another level of complexity. While nice, it just gets in the way and it's too much thinking when all you want to do is hit your target and kill. Now the reason I like the PPX sight over some of the other ones is this one gives a really good increase in the aim down sight zoom level. And it's not really particularly, there's no real reason why. I mean, I've tested all of them. I don't know if it's just the way this sight's programmed, but it definitely does make a difference, especially in high lighting areas where you can actually get your reticle blocked out by, say, a white texture, whereas it zooms completely in and really magnifies the target, so you're definitely not going to miss, and you can track them anywhere they go. All right, this sight right here, if you're not using this sight in Warzone, you're gonna have a bad time. This is the VLK 3.0. This is my baby. It's definitely a must for Warzone. If I'm building a long-range assault rifle in any type of way, this is the sight I'm gonna use. Now, it does come close to the Cronin, for example. I love the Cronin. It has a 3.5, so it gives you that little extra touch of range. But I find that sometimes 3.5 is just too much when you're going to the up-close battles, you know, say you're fighting in the stairway. Sometimes it can actually just be too much and you lose track of the target. Now, another reason I like it over the Cronin is, for example, if you go to the Cronin, you get this wax sight that I'm not a big fan of myself. Now, this does sport the yellow double cross, which also comes with the VLK, but the VLK has this nice, beautiful, small red reticle, which is amazing at putting it right on the tips of enemies and really practicing that headshot mentality, finding your aim and accuracy. Now, this next one can be somewhat situational depending on what type of person you're going to play with or person you're going to play as, especially in multiplayer. Some sniper rifles they may not necessarily need the longer scopes, but to stay true to the gun and speaking more in ground war and Warzone terms, the best 2 scopes on the market are the thermal sniper scope and the variable zoom. Now I like the variable zoom not just because of the long reaching range, because I do build my snipers kind of long if I'm doing the HDR, unless I'm just going for clips and multiplayer. But another reason I do like it is just because the simplicity of the sight itself. It just gives you this clean look. Aiming at heads is beautiful. It's a small reticle, so aim small, miss small. I don't know why you would argue that any other one is better for the long range. Now, as far as the thermals, you have the 3.25. You don't want to sell yourself short. Again, I get it. It comes down to preference and depending on what game mode you play. I understand that, but I'm saying for me personally, from accuracy standpoint, these two are the best ones you can use on the market, period. So that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. If you learned something, if you liked the video, be sure to tell me in the comments section below. We also are streaming on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and sometimes Friday if we feel up to it, so don't be afraid to hang out with us there. All right, guys, I love y'all. Peace.
I can smell you.